Everyone, welcome to the Crypto Truth, where I give you the truth as I see it. My video was a little bit long last time. I've had some time to kind of try to condense some things, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make a very quick, short video. I need you guys' opinion on this because I really don't understand. And I don't think a lot of people do understand what's happening here. The differences between what was supposed to be Holo fuel to this new thing. I think what did I call it? Peer mutual credit, PMC, credit tokens, made up name. All right. So I was remembering Mary Camacho and the question she was asked, and then I was remembering this, and I'm like, wait, what? So I am going to jump right into it. First and foremost, as we know, here's how this entire system is going to work. There's a Holo hosting network. They pay their hosts in this DPIN unit, whatever we're going to call it, a PMC token, peer mutual credit token. And it goes, and it's given to the host. The host redeem it into hot. Now, Mary Camacho stated that she believes that even though there's not going to be any changes. Now, we're going to get into what they've said here. So, obviously, Mary Camacho is not part, at least I don't know if she's a part or how much of she's a part of the Holo project, right? Because this is Arthur Brock and David Atkinson, actually, and Matt Schutte in this group here. So she stated that everything's going to work the same as what Holo Fuel was supposed to do. So I'm just going to go in an overview for some of you guys who may not know how it was supposed to work. How it was supposed to work is people buy the hot token. They then pay the host. They purchase the hot token, and then they purchase Holo fuel, right? Which is going to be this PMC token. But for now, we're going to say Holo fuel for the hosting network. The Holo organization is going to pay the host in Holo fuel, and then they're gonna trade in their Holo fuel or swap their Holo fuel into hot. Now remember, we're supposed to have this 6-month swap thing where it's 1-to-1. So originally, how it was supposed to work is for 6 months, we're gonna have the hot token and the this is called Holo fuel token. And they're going to be 1-to-1 for 6 months. And why would someone switch over into Holo fuel? Well, because with Holo fuel, they're going to swap their hot into Holo fuel so that they can pay the host to swap back into hot. That's how it is. And then with the Holo hosting network, well, you say, well, how many Holo fuel was there going to be? Well, there's going to be an algorithm to how many hosts there were. So it was going to, however many hosts there were, was going to be a algorithm of how many Holo fuel was available in the ecosystem. Right? You guys tracking so far? Hopefully you are. So there's only a certain amount, and then that the hosts will earn, and then they're going to go into the markets because we didn't know how long it would take for Holo fuel to be listed in the markets, and then it'll be switched into the host, myself, will redeem the Holo fuel and get into hot. All right, hope you guys aren't confused yet, but I did make a hot Holo fuel that a longer video with the board, and you can kind of get a little bit of visual, but I think you guys can follow. Now things have changed. And I had to think about this for a second. I'm like, wait. So what? I noticed that Mary Camacho said that, Hot is going to, first off, and this is a message for everyone out there who don't believe me, but I'm telling you, they're like, oh, Hot's just a placeholder. Hot has never, what was supposed to be a placeholder, but I never believed it. And I still don't think it'll ever be a placeholder, just a placeholder token. And it never will be in the future. Like, I just don't think it will be. So I just don't think it will be. Now, having said that, this is kind of weird because before, with this, we're going to call it PMC. We're going to substitute Holo Fuel with the PMC token, or Pure Mutual Credit token. And now it's going to be connected to all of these who provides hosts. Question. How do you create an algorithm for that? Now, I get that you can create an algorithm for the Holo hosting network because you have created this Holo hosting network. It was the Holo Fuel was going to be part of an algorithm, and everything was going to be one. But now there's going to be an algorithm of the PMC token. Whereas in the cloud hosting network, whatever Wi-Fi access network, 3D printing, and GPU, all of these different networks, whatever company that they're called, are going to be using the DPIN or the PMC. But how do we make an algorithm for this? Once again, people, this is when people say algorithm, they really freak me out. You guys know I've been saying this for a long time. And I really don't want to equate it to anything else, so I'm not going to say it. But the point is that we're working on a dangerous ground when we're talking about attempting to have an algorithm. Now, they really don't have a choice but to kind of sort of make an algorithm if you want to have a pure mutual credit, right? Because the idea is to obviously be at, have a zero sum, make it a zero sum game. So let's break this down a little bit. If you have PMC, or the Pure Mutual Credit token, and all of these other companies have the Pure Mutual Credit token, but they're going to pay their host or the provider service or however they're going to do it, and they're going to redeem these different tokens, and Hot is just going to be one of these tokens to be redeemed. So will there be a one-to-one unit or trade for, is that just going to be for Hot with these DPIN, with the PMC token? Or are all of these are going to do the same thing? And then if so, how does that affect the PMC token or the Pure Mutual Credit token? Conversely, when we're dealing with Pure Mutual Credit, we do know that the attempt, as I stated before, is to be zero sum. If we have all of these activities where they have their own projects that have their own cryptocurrency, why would they want to purchase back into this? Again, why would these people or the regular everyday average person want to purchase Holo Fuel or swap into Holo Fuel? Remember when I was telling you guys long time ago, what is the reason of even swapping into Holo Fuel? Mary Camacho hinted at this a long time ago in AMA, but she's like, if you swap into Holo Fuel, you're not going to be able to swap back into Hot. you're going to have to participate, meaning that you personally are going to have to either pay somebody for hosting, or you're going to be a part of the Holo Fuel ecosystem. Well, is it going to be the same thing to where the normal, everyday, average person is going to look at this whole swap business and say, well, I want the PMC token, the Pure Mutual Credit token. And why? So that you could pay somebody to redeem their HOT? Look, this is all very confusing to me. So when I was looking at this, I'm like, wait a second. Because someone asked a question about... someone asked a question in the AMA to... not AMA, in the brief to Mary Camacho about tokens and will there ever be a burn. And that was how this whole thing came up, is, you know, the fact that no, well, first off, she said she didn't know, which is an excellent answer because of the fact that, well, she's not in the Holo unit anymore. And then she stated that, well, it's going to be the same, or HOT is going to behave the same. So, again, are we getting involved in which people are purchasing, and then this, sorry you guys, good grief, God almighty. I am going to be changing my numbers soon. I can tell you that. I will be changing my numbers soon. Tired of it. But I did get distracted, but actually I didn't get too distracted this time because I know exactly where I am. So, you're trying to tell me, or people out there, because we don't know how these are going. So I can almost guarantee you that none of these companies or organizations are going to say, well, you know what? Yeah, we're just gonna kind of phase out the Wi-Fi token or the 3VP token or the GPU token, because... And I don't, that's why I was confused about Holo Fuel being on an exchange. And also, Arthur Brock stated that these may not be on an exchange. The PMC token may not be on an exchange. So if it's not going to be on an exchange, that will be awesome, because now the only way to have direct connection to the PMC token, it used to be that, well, it's just Holo Fuel or the Holo Fuel token. Now they're changing it up to these many different projects. So let's think about this for a split second here. I can almost guarantee you that none of these projects are going to want to have another, or the PMC token, listed on an exchange. I've stated this before, and I'll say it again. Remember, I said this a long time before. You guys know, many of you guys who've been following me know, I've been saying, I don't know how the Holo Fuel token and the HOT token are going to be listed on exchanges on the first place, because now you're devaluing. Because what is the purpose? If it's listed on exchange, I want to get paid in Holo Fuel. I'm not going to want to redeem HOT. And now they're saying,
or aggregate, or at least for one.
Ooh, sorry about that. And now they're saying, okay, the DPIN unit or the PMC token, no longer the Holo Fuel token, will be listed, may not be listed on the exchange. And I'm going to tell you, it probably won't be listed on an exchange. But, you know, I could be wrong. So for many of you guys who believe that it's going to work the same, where you're going to be able to swap into, and that, I think people just get involved with the whole swap thing. Oh, there's going to be a swap. I think you guys just like the word swap. Must be. Because everything that Mary Camacho has been saying, that Eric Harris Braun has been saying, that Arthur Brock has been saying, well, not really Eric Harris Brown, but really those two have been saying, is there's absolutely no reason for you to take your hot and swap it over to Holo Fuel. Now I'm going to tell you there's even more of a reason not to swap your hot into whatever this PMC token is. Unless you are a person who want to pay hosts in this PMC token. As I stated before, this is my own personal belief. This is how I believe that it should go. I believe there should be a PMC token, pure mutual credit token. I believe that with this pure mutual credit token, I believe that it should involve all of these. Cloud hosting, Holo hosting, however. With one caveat. I believe that companies, in certain companies, should only be using the hot token to pay the host and not the PMC token. And many of you guys are like, what? So two reasons why I say that. Because you're already having this PMC token create value with a whole lot of other projects that's going to be connected to hot. A Holochain in the first place, and to hot. If you create some kind of revenue specifically using only the hot token, now you have a way to create capital at all times that is separate from this PMC token. Now, I don't think they're going to take... Now, I just think that there should be... I'll give you guys an example. Maybe if you have a Holo port, I'm just using an example, and a hospital says, you know what? I got 5 hosts that I want to pay, and I'm going to pay them dramatically less money than I'm already paying, but it's going to be a whole hell of a lot more money than if they were to do it through, using a PMC token or whatever. I'm not going to go through all of this, going to the DPN, this whole PMC token and doing this. I want to pay the host directly, and I want them alone to support my, let's say, hospital. So now at all times, this hospital has hosting in which it's in 5 different locations. So let's just say one host goes down or needs to go back up or something like that. You now have your website or your app or whatever it is, and it's always going to be on, and it's dedicated specifically for you at all times. Whereas in the hosts are like, hey, let's do it because now I'm receiving a large amount of... This isn't a microtransaction, which the whole purpose of PMC tokens is to be microtransactions. We're just going to use hot. Bam. Is there a fee? Yeah. There's taxes and everything else in between in local currencies and all that other good stuff. So, and that's not even directly into cryptocurrency. So you could take your hot, and as a host, I can now distribute it and say, okay, well, I want to buy Bitcoin. I don't want to buy Bitcoin. I want to cash out. I can do whatever I want with it at that point. I think that is a better model because I think that Holo hosting, as Mary Camacho said, there's demand for it, but not so much demand for it, in which you can make it more efficient by paying your host directly into hot, but use it to separate, right? Because there's some hosts that probably wants the PMC token. Hey, I want to get paid a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here from different, maybe from hosting different sites or providing a little bit energy from different places. Now, And now you can, you don't have to worry about transaction fees and different things like that because it's meant for micropayments. I'm just saying, if you diversify the way that you're actually bringing in revenue, I think that's a more concrete way of and supporting Holochain, right? I think that'll be even a more way to continue to support Holochain, because now you're diversifying. Now, I do know that they stated that they're going to have a basket of currencies for the reserve account. How does the reserve account, where in the reserve account are we going to know and have full transparency about how many DPN units there are, where they are going, and in this case PMC or pure mutual credit tokens, where they're going? Is there going to be a website that shows? Are these other companies going to provide information on that? A lot of information we don't know. So again, I think with the formation of all of this, I think they're going to hit some roadblocks. I do believe that they would be better off creating. I do think that's pretty cool, creating an alliance and using this token, this pure mutual credit token, across all of these. That goes into the goals, the long-term goals of where we're trying to create value. So I just believe that there's going to be there's a lot of questions that need to be answered, because I promise you a lot of this is not making any kind of sense. And you guys know I've been at it for a long time with this whole Holo Fuel thing. Now, hopefully some of you guys, look, full disclosure, I don't make this my full-time job. I don't wake up in the morning and be like, I wonder what I should talk about today, and then formulate this whole entire plan. It shows, right? I don't make a lot of videos talking about, oh my God, you're about to be rich. I think I did make one video like that. Maybe that was my twin. But anyway, the point is that I get that my videos are, some of them are long and most of them are long, and it takes me a long time to get where I'm going. But I promise you, and thank you for the comments. Thank you very much, you guys, for the positive comments that you've given me. Because you guys make me feel like I'm on the right track of how I'm thinking. Over all of these years that I've been creating videos, I can't just drink the purple Kool-Aid and say Holo Fuel is the end all be all, and that was the reason why. Now with this technology, I as I stated before, I'm not backing down from my previous statements. This technology, the distributed ledger technology of Holochain, and the possibility of decentralized hosting through the Holo port are going to really shake up the crypto space in a dramatic way. And I'm excited about that. But at the same time, we have to keep a level head, and we have to figure out and find out more information about this, because all of this and what they're doing with the hot token and all of these other, what the PMC or pure mutual credit tokens that I'm calling it, is going to take into account. There's a lot of questions that I have. So no, I don't think that the Holo organization is close, or this whole decent PMC token, pure mutual credit token, or whatever company that they're called, pure mutual finance. I don't know what they're going to be called. But there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of ways to look at this. But they're saying for now it's going to be the hot token. And I'm telling you guys, for a long time, it's going to be the hot token. Because there's a whole hell of a lot to be done in order for all of this to take place. Maybe not so much when it was just the Holo hosting network. But now we're adding these in. So I think that some of these companies or organizations may actually just use the hot token. I don't know. But these are questions that you should be asking yourselves and attempting to figure out, and they should be asking themselves, so that they can provide clarity to all of us who are involved with the Holochain and Holo network project. Because what we all want Holochain to succeed. I want Holo to succeed. And yes, am I a bit selfish? I want Holo to succeed because I have a Holo port. I want Hot to succeed because I have a little bit of Hot. It is what it is. It's the truth. And I am a little bit biased. But throughout all of these years, I've kept a level head for the most part and explaining my logic and my thought process on how I think things will work in today's society. And where I think things are going to go, especially because there's going to be a change a change of power in the SEC. There's going to be a change in the House of Representatives, the presidency. There's just going to be a lot of changes. So, anyways, all right, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Please, as I always say, you guys, do your own research, do your own research, do your own research. And last but not least, above all else, please, please, please stay safe out there, okay? Bye, you guys.